Hello, everyone. I'm Stramp, and welcome back. Uh, Mostly welcoming me back because I'm aware I haven't uploaded a video in a fat minute. Uh, I don't have to explain myself to you. How dare you ask? I'm here. I'm in 20W48A, the new Minecraft snapshot for 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update, and there's been a lot of stuff added. There has been several additions and a few different versions. I haven't been keeping up on it as much as I probably should be for this channel, but this is, I think, the third version they've released for 1.17 so far, and I am just going to go through all of the current features that have been added in 1.17, and then in the future I will do more videos on it. If you have no information about anything that's been added, uh, I will throw up some tweets on screen right now. I'll throw up some pictures so you can see that at Minecon they've announced there's going to be a lot of additions and changes to cave generation, lots of different things, but not a lot of it is actually currently in the game, so I'm going to go over what's here. Alright, enough lollygagging. First off, here we have the candle. It's a new light source. It's not very bright. If I believe if I remember right, it gives off a light level of 12, so less than a torch, but it's still pretty nice. It is crafted using string and a honeycomb, like so, and you light it using flint and steel or a fire charge, and you can see it has just the regular Minecraft fire particle on it, and you can actually change, as you can see here, you can change how many are in it, very similar to sea pickles. You can change how many candles are actually inside of a block. I don't think this alters the light level, but I could be wrong. But I don't think it does. You can then actually go and dye all of the candles. All the different dye colors make different candles, as you can see here. And unfortunately, dyeing them does not give a observer output as well as increasing the size of how many is there. However, lighting it does give off an observer output, which is cool. Just kind of good to know. Blocks that can interact with redstone. Moving on, part of the cliffs side of the update. Here we have powdered snow, which is this is the snowier snow. All of you fools who asked for the mountains to be updated in the biome vote. This is what you got. This is your fault. This nonsense. Basically, you will find this up in the hills, up in the mountains, and you just scoop it up with a bucket and you can take it along however you please. This is how it looks. You can see when I hop in it, I slowly will sink through it, but it is you can see there is a freeze particle that will kind of take over the screen. It's not doing anything to me because I'm in creative, but it slows you down. You walk through it. It zooms the screen in. I don't know, what do you want? This is exactly what I said it was going to be in the mountain video I did about it. You cannot jump out of it. You have to either step out of it like this or just break the block. But you can see, conveniently, it actually will negate fall damage, which is, it's kind of nice, just interesting. Put it at the bottom of a big shaft. However, if you are wearing leather armor of any kind, you only need one piece, you will walk on it, and I believe you will actually not fall through it, which is a little inconvenient if you like wearing leather armor, but the leather armor will prevent you from freezing, which, if we give it a second to freeze me, to get very chilly. Oh, there's also a nice fog effect in there. You'll see my hearts down at the bottom will turn blue like that, icy, and you will very slowly take damage. I'm actually in, I was in peaceful, but if I go into hard mode, you'll see it doesn't do a lot of damage. You'd have to wait here for a long time for it to actually kill you, but putting on boots will get rid of it. Moving on, we have the bundle, which I think is probably one of the coolest things to come out of the update so far. In my humble opinion. What the bundle does is it's not really a backpack. It's kind of a backpack. Basically, any non stackable item can be put into this, and you can see turns into that. It has that inside of it using right click, and you can stack up to 64 different types of items into here. Or sorry, not I described that wrong. 64 items total in here, and they can all be different items. And then it is full, you can see. And then right clicking it will bring out individual items, or I believe if you shift right click it. Oh wait, no. What is it? What is it? No, right clicking like that, you will throw it all out. And it's very useful. It is crafted like this. You have to have rabbit hide. Unfortunately, you can't craft it with leather, as of right now at least. And it honestly feels a little bit overpowered to me because, once you fill it all up, you can then actually put it inside of a bundle. I can put that bundle inside of this bundle, and then it can just get incredibly confusing. But I'm going to move on from that because I have no idea how that works. The next thing we have here is a new ore called copper ore. Looks like this. Has some green in there because oxidation. Looks like this. You can see once you get it, you smelt it. Very similar to iron. It's basically iron. It spawns anywhere in the world at any height level in stone. However, it spawns in bigger veins, bigger clusters than iron does. You can craft with it copper blocks and lightning rods. A lightning rod, it's pretty self-explanatory. You will put it down, it'll attract lightning. Very useful for charged creeper farming and things of the like. But what I'm going to talk about first is the copper block here, because you can make it, and what it'll do is, after a while, after being placed down, it will start to oxidize and turn green into these different kinds of different weathered variants of the copper. So you can see we have lightly weathered copper block, semi-weathered copper block, and a weathered copper block. You can then go and craft this into cut copper, which also has the same variants, and then you can use these to make stairs and slabs and stuff. It's a pretty nice decoration block. If I remember right, it takes around 50 to 82 in-game days to start to switch to the next cycle of being weathered. So it takes a good while. I think it's something like 16 hours for a full change, like from that to that. So if you plan on building with this, you might want to set it out first and then let it go. And really quickly, you can also take one of these blocks and turn it into a wax cut copper block using a honeycomb, which will just make it so that way it doesn't weather after a while. And you can do this for any variant of it, so that way, it doesn't change from what you want. Moving on, we have the Amethyst, which I'll go over how it spawns later in the video, towards the end. But for right now, I will demonstrate. This is an Amethyst Cluster, which has my new favorite sound effect in the game. I'm just gonna... I really enjoy it. To go along with it, there are amethyst blocks, as well as budding amethyst, and I'll go over those in a second. But what we have here is I'm just going to start with the crystal. There are 4 different variants of the Amethyst Cluster. I don't have them set out right now because I am small brain, but you can see we have a small, medium, large, and regular Amethyst Cluster. These grow on these blocks, the budding amethyst. You can see if we set the game roll up, or the tick speed up, these will actually grow out of the budding amethyst, which you can probably figure out how to farm these, but I'm likely going to do a video on some farm designs for these. But they don't unfortunately, they're actually not available to be collected in survival, this budding amethyst. It can't be collected with silk touch or anything like that. You have to get it where it generates, which, again, I'll go over more towards the end. But from this budding amethyst, from the amethyst clusters, when you break them, they will drop an amethyst shard, which, as of right now, is used exclusively to craft the spyglass, which I think is Minecraft's answer for to Optifine. You know, the zoom, you know, the zoom. It's basically that, except way better. You can see that all the way over there. It's very far away, but you can zoom in very far, just for reference. This is how far away. You can actually zoom in and see pretty well with it, and it has this nice GUI over it. Honestly, I don't like the items that have the 3D textures in the inventory. I'm not a big fan of it, but that might just be temporary. So, yeah. Also, along with the amethyst, what spawns in there as well is this tuff and calcite. These are just blocks that spawn around them. From what I know, they don't have any specific uses, but they look nice. Moving on, we have the most recent addition, which is Dripstone. You can see it has stalagmites and stalactites. Who knows which are which? Insert joke here about it. But you have the dripstone block and then the pointed dripstone, which can be formed either vertically or my bad, down or up. You know, vertical both ways. It can just be placed upwards and downwards as such. But you can see, for example, here's how it looks. You can pretty much stack them as high as you want. They actually have a lot of features, surprisingly, which is nice because I like it when they add new features to blocks. If we go over here, set me into survival mode, they actually will do damage to you falling down. If I let's see if I break this really quick, you'll see they drop as such. But if they drop onto you, button, they do quite a bit of damage. So you can make traps with that. I believe they do damage to mobs as well, so use that information as you will. But they also will do damage if you fall onto it. It'll stab you. So, as you can see here, a fall from 7 blocks onto one of these will actually just straight up kill you, which is honestly kind of surprising, but I think it's really cool. Same thing, you can do with that as you wish. And the next cool thing about them is if you have lava or water a block above one of the hanging ones, it will actually drip down into a cauldron below it, and will be... I have the tick speed set up pretty high, so it's not usually as quick as that, but you can see it is actually a very nice way to get these liquids. It's, for what I know, the first available, or first accessible infinite lava source, which is really nice. It's slow, but, you know, it's farmable, and that's all you need. Now I am going to move on to the amethysts and how they spawn. So I'm in just a regular world that I generated in 20W48A, and as you can see underground, they're fairly uncommon, but there are these amethyst geodes cracked into the ground, and you can see they spawn with the shards, the crystals, the budding amethyst, the blocks, and the entrance of them spawn with this calcite and tuff. So this is where you would naturally find this budding amethyst, and you're not able to collect it, so if you are going to make a farm of it, you would have to construct it inside of this and around this, which I think will lead to some interesting farm designs. But as you heard there, walking around on it makes some nice noise. So, yeah, I will show you the kind of rarity of them. You see there's one over there. There's one over there, but they're pretty uncommon as of right now. But that is all for 1.17 as of right now. I am going to be making more videos on this, of course. I will be making them hopefully as the updates come out. I don't know where that bee got that pollen from there. Oh no, there's flowers up there. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. If you want to see more Snapshot content, there's a link in the description to a playlist with all sorts of snapshots from the last update, the Nether update. If you want to see more about this update when they come out, I promise I'll be more frequent at uploading than I have been on this update so far. Then consider subscribing, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, nerds.